In the hallowed annals of horse racing history, there exists a secret tradition that has captured the hearts of millions. A legacy that weaves through time like a tapestry of valor and triumph. The Kentucky Derby, an emblem of greatness, an ode to the equine spirit, and a symbol of unyielding passion. For over a century, the thundering hooves have echoed across the venerable grounds of Churchill Downs as champions emerge to etch their names in the immortal pages of horse racing folklore. From the unforgettable Sir Barton to the legendary Secretariat, each stride has been a symphony of grace and courage. And within this historic realm of flesh and blood, bonds between horse and rider are forged, lasting through the ages. But as the world evolves, so too does the spirit of competition. Today, as we venture into the virtual domain, we pay homage to the pioneers of a new legacy, a legacy that fuses tradition with innovation, and the pursuit of greatness extends beyond the confines of reality. Welcome to this season's virtual Kentucky Derby, where the frontier of horse racing meets the boundless realm of Web3. Here, in this digital arena, horses of pure code and dreams, crafted by visionaries, gallop, fueled by the passion of their creators and riders alike. Within this matrix of pixels, hearts pound with anticipation as the virtual thunder ignites the souls of virtual fans worldwide. The legacy of the Kentucky Derby is not only preserved, but elevated to new heights, where innovation and tradition intertwine in perfect harmony. As we celebrate the past and embrace the future, remember that the essence of horse racing lies not solely in the tangible, but in the intangible. The relentless spirit that transcends the realm of flesh, steel, and circuits. It's the desire to triumph, the will to conquer, and the dream of making history. So, let us unite in admiration for these majestic athletes, both real and virtual, as we ride the currents of time and create new legacies that will echo through generations to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, devoted gamers, horse racing aficionados all across the globe, just really happy you're here with me again. I'm Ian Cummings, the proud CEO of Third Time Entertainment. We are, as you know, hopefully the creators of Photo Finish Live, the game bringing to you tonight a pivotal moment in history, not just a new iteration of the virtual Kentucky Derby, but really a turning of a page in our storied legacy. Today, our hearts swell with emotion as we approach this critical juncture. It's a moment where we are going to likely say farewell to our esteemed Generation Zero horses, and we eagerly await the arrival of the next fleet of equine champions next season. This isn't just another derby, it's the end of an era, the dawn of a new age in this enthralling universe of Web3 technology. From our modest beginnings, hosting this virtual Kentucky Derby for the first time, our journey has really been anything but ordinary. With you, our community, we've shattered barriers. We're now known as the #1 project on the Solana blockchain. We've set new benchmarks. You all have been our compass, our motivators, the very pulse of Photo Finish Live. A moment like this, I really would be remiss to not thank this unbelievable and invaluable partnership with Churchill Downs. They saw potential in our vision. They've added the wings to our dreams. We've not really just merely coexisted, but we've really thrived. I just returned from Louisville yesterday morning. It's such an exciting moment to be here looking at an age-old tradition and brand like the Kentucky Derby, closing in on their 150th anniversary, while here we are on cutting-edge technology, blended with this age-old exhilaration of horse racing, captivating a global and ageless audience. So to Churchill and the Kentucky Derby themselves, we owe more gratitude than words can really convey. And as our Generation Zero horses take their final lap, we revel in what we've built together, a marvel in the world of Web3 gaming. So moving on to really the lifeblood of Photo Finish Live, it's you. It's our committed, our spirited community. Spirited is one way to put it. Passionate. As we bid adieu to this, generation of virtual thoroughbreds, which again, they're not going away. They're still racing, but they likely will not be on the virtual Kentucky Derby track anytime soon or ever again. You've transformed this platform for us into more than just a game now. It's living, it's breathing, it's alive, it's an ecosystem. Friendships have flourished, rivalries have caught fire. The essence of competition really reaches new summits every day, which has been very exciting. And so today's not the end; it's the start of a new chapter. These Generation Zero horses, not the end; it's the start of a new chapter. We've been together for so long. We still continue to innovate, and we pledge to do right by these Generation Zero horses as they move on to the next phase of breeding and the next generation is born. We are fueled by the energy that you all provide, and we're going to celebrate today's Derby, preparing for that next wave of talent. So let's raise a virtual glass. Let's toast to the past, the present, the thrilling future. So as we continue to break new ground, I would love to thank you all from the depths of my soul. Time to tighten up the saddles. Time to grab a hold of these Gen Zeros, ride them to another awe-inspiring finish in Photo Finish Live. The race that really does know no finish line. Cheers to the change in the guard, to the endless adventures that lie ahead. And I think let's move on to a little bit of an intro to anyone that has joined recently. What is Photo Finish Live and how does it work?
Welcome to the thrilling world of Photo Finish Live, the revolutionary virtual horse racing ecosystem that brings the excitement of real horse racing straight to your fingertips. Brought to life by Third Time Entertainment, Photo Finish Live offers a unique and immersive experience like no other. Picture this: you're not just a spectator, you're a real-life owner and breeder of horses in this captivating virtual world. Engage in heart-pounding races against other players, where real money is on the line. The stakes are high, and the rewards are yours for the taking. There's a host of innovations that set Photo Finish apart from the competition, such as the most advanced genetic breeding algorithm in the world and the ability to own racetracks and share their monetary rewards. In Photo Finish, you will create generations and generations of unique offspring, each carrying the legacy of its ancestors. The true-to-life genetics system offers endless possibilities for breeding, and your decisions will determine the future champions of the track. All the while owning a proportional share in a racetrack via Crown, our cryptocurrency, allows you to share the game's success. Step into a world where 4 weeks in real life correspond to one in-game year. Witness the passage of time as each new season brings fresh opportunities and challenges. Thousands of races await you in every season, from entry-level maiden races to the highest stakes premier graded events. Horses of every level and price point have a chance to hit the podium and breed up over time. With its commitment to realism, Photo Finish Live brings the thrill of horse racing to life. As the seasons pass, horses retire to breed and eventually die, mirroring real-world horse racing to ensure long-term sustainability. Embrace renewed opportunities to showcase your skills and strategies, ensuring the excitement never ends. Are you ready to start your legacy in the world of Photo Finish Live? The tracks await, the competition beckons, and fame and fortune favor the bold. Become a part of this one-of-a-kind virtual horse racing ecosystem and let your dreams run wild. Join us today and embark on an unforgettable journey. The Sport of Kings awaits your presence in Photo Finish Live.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm joined by the illustrious Fib Newton, Alex, community manager for third time. Alex, thanks for joining us from a Motel 6, or where are you joining us
but it's
from?
a Super Motel 6. Doing my best on the road as usual.
Yeah, got a good
different
deal?
state every day.
Mhm.
Actually, yeah, coupon. Yeah, Groupon. Not funded by third time, out of pocket.
Oh, wow, man. Well, I appreciate that. We are trying to
problem.
conserve capital at all times in this crypto market. So anyway, obviously we're at a big point in photo finish history. I sort of alluded to it there. I mean, it's been 2 years. That's a pretty wild thought when you think about it. You were there on midnight, I believe. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened how did you find us and the journey that you went in briefly to
Sure,
get to
yeah.
here?
For me, I mean, I was looking through, this was during NFT Mania, September, I believe, maybe late August, September, 2021.
Yep.
And we were looking through, me and my friend were looking through all sorts of projects, just right down the line. And everything, it's funny, Photo Finish Live was not called Photo Finish Live yet, actually. I believe it was
Right.
just called the Stylish Studs, actually. That was the name of the project. So Stylish Studs, that was amongst so many other animals, this
Yep.
zoological catalog of
Yeah.
NFTs.
We were up against the famous flamingos that night, I think, if I
Famous
remember right.
flamingos. Yeah, there were all sorts of absolutely absurd projects. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
every single one of them is dead. And so we're scrolling through and we see some of the credentials of this team, and we're like, what? And that they've built a game before. They built games before. They all have experience. They're trying to build a real product, and it was
Our names
unique
were on the
back
product.
then.
I think that was actually a pretty big deal. We were the
Your
only
names
ones
were,
that you actually knew who we were.
yeah, you
Yeah.
were inherently doxxed.
Yeah.
Although that went on to be proven later on midnight, if you recall. Ian took a
I do.
picture, doxed himself.
Yeah.
But anyway, so these horses, another thing that was super enticing, super low mint price. So we went in there and we started minting them, and we got these PFPs, and they were they're cute, they're cool. We liked them. We kept minting them because they were 0.2 Sol at the time, which is still, when Sol was 10 times the price that it is now. It's a little bit different, but anyhow, long story short, massive buzz. It ends up getting minted out, even though there's 10,000 of them, even though it's a super slow mint, and the community is formed. And there's all these people that are super interested in NFTs, and there's no game, and there's nothing. And then slowly, this community coalesces around some of the materials that come out with regards to what the game is going to become. And flash forward, the fine fillies drop the female counterpart to the stylish studs. They breed, they make the racehorses that are in the game, and we get our beta. And
Yeah.
at this
And
point, we
that's
have a
where
full
we
bit
are. I
community.
mean,
Yeah,
that's what's so
yeah,
wild. Like if you think back 2 years, okay, we started with all these like kind of NFT forward, Solana forward collections, blockchain heavy, in a
yeah.
sea of other products. And to think that 2 years now, we're actually almost saying goodbye to the results of all of that, on the track as a new generation has formed. It's pretty wild,
In a
I
way,
guess,
yeah.
for those that have been here all along. It's kind of an unheard of thing for an NFT to die or to go away or to retire, right? I mean, that was sort of the entire point of the early parts of NFTs was, yeah, right, it's yours. It will never go away. It's on the blockchain. It lives in perpetuity. So I know that's been a little bit of a pause for moments, but I guess, obviously we believe in the vision. Did it ruffle your feathers at all? The notion of, oh, the horse that I'm getting here is going to possibly pass away for me to
No, I
play
mean,
this game.
I always thought that was, I mean, in terms of the time horizon, you have to think of the conviction that it took for a lot of our holders to even get to the point where there were horses. I mean, they had to hold on through, they had to believe, and believing in the vision overall is what couches the natural passing of horses, because you can see that the concept is proven in real life. And so why wouldn't you believe in the sustainability of real life horse racing? It's so old. It's 150 years old. It's one of the oldest sports alive. So
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
that allowed me to feel pretty faithful about it. Although of course it was an interesting experiment.
Yeah, and you see, I mean, obviously, again, the Gen Zero horses, this first generation, they're not dying tomorrow or anything. They actually have over a year left of life in them. The point being that this virtual Kentucky Derby is typically a race in real life for 3-year-olds only, 3-year-old colts typically only. And so, as our population grows, we obviously try to mirror real life. And so, you're looking at a lot of these horses now that are 6, 7, 8 years old soon. They're obviously going to get out of the racing population. And these horses we've been with for over a year and a half now. We've been testing with them, using them in alpha phases, beta phases, all this stuff. So it is sort of a pretty crazy moment, a passing of the guard. But I am excited to see, we're down here. Obviously, this is why we have a smaller field, 14 instead of typically 20. And I'm curious to see how people are thinking these last Gen Zeros that refuse to retire. They refuse to go to the breeding barn. Where are they going to end up? How are these horses going to get picked tonight? And we do have, I believe, an expert with us, an expert handicapper. And before we get into letting him give us his sort of ideas, we've got an actual video to show you how some of these parimutuel systems work in Photo Finish Live. So let's run that.
Welcome, race fans, to the virtual Kentucky Derby. Today we'll give you a quick rundown on how you can utilize your skill to select winning horses and make real money in this thrilling event, powered by the groundbreaking Web3 game, Photo Finish Live. Photo Finish utilizes a parimutuel system, which just means that everyone's picks are combined together, forming a pool. Here's how it goes. You select your favorite virtual horses, the horses you believe are going to win, place or show, and choose how much of your in-game currency you'd like to risk. You can even pick multiple horses if you'd like. As more people do the same, the pool grows, and the odds change in real time based on the number of selections made on each horse. So, when a horse gets attention, its odds will increase or decrease based upon its share of the parimutuel pool. It's simple to calculate. The multiples you see are the multipliers you'd receive if you picked a winner. But bear in mind that the odds could drastically increase or decrease after you make your selection. The selection window usually closes 10 minutes prior to the race, and when the race ends, the pool is divided among the players that picked correctly. This means the more money placed on the winning horse equates to the payouts being more spread out. It's all about striking that perfect balance between risk and reward. Of note, if you end up as the only selection in the parimutuel pool, the full amount you risked will be returned to you at the end of the race, whether you win or lose. Now, here's the fun part. Anyone in approved locales over the age of 21 can join right in from the comfort of your own devices through the Photo Finish Live game. Just dive in to the thrilling world of Web3 technology and get ready to experience the excitement of parimutuel action. So, don your visor, get ready to cheer on your favourite horses, and may the best horse win in this virtual Kentucky Derby. Welcome, race fans.
All right, let's head over to our resident expert checking out the pools. I believe we've got, roughly, 10 minutes till they close? 7 minutes till they close. Yeah, 6.5. So head on over to Devo. Who do you like tonight in the big virtual Kentucky Derby, Devo?
Thanks, Ian. Glad to be here. 6 minutes until the betting window closes. You have about as much information as you can have right now, and this is the time to be making those bets. When you have the information of about what you're going to get in the odds and, how the place and the show pools are filtering down. There's 14 horses in this race, and I really think it's going to come down to really those 4 S-grade horses. Elvis is easily the chalk, followed by Loggerhead, the 9 horse, Rock of Cashel, the 7 horse, and Painkiller, the 5 horse. Those are my top 4 horses in this race in order. And as we start wondering where we want to bet, I want to know how much I'm going to get paid on this bet. Is Elvis the favorite? Yeah, and he should be too. How often is Elvis going to win? Right now, he's getting paid 2.7 to 1 on that winning ticket. That means he has to win more than 25% of the time for that to be a good bet. If you think Elvis is going to win 40% of the time, that's an excellent bet. But if Elvis is only going to win 20% of the time, it's not a very good bet. I personally have Elvis at winning about 25% of the time here. So unless some really late money comes in against Elvis, I'm going to be fading that bet. I think it's just fair. It's an okay bet. I'm looking for something with an edge to my bet. And I'm seeing that big time with Painkiller right now, the 5 horse, bottom of my top tier, but getting 11 to 1 on the win. Compare that to 7.5 to 1 for the Rock of Cashel and 7.8 to 1 on Loggerhead. I think both those are fine bets as well. I don't think that Elvis is going to win 3 times as often as either the Rock of Cashel or Loggerhead. And definitely not 4 times or 5 times more often than Painkiller. So that is where most of my money is at right now. I have Painkiller across the board. I believe that he is underbet in the place and the show pools as well. The second tier of horses worth considering is led by number 14, Nightcrawler. However, he's been overbet. He's only getting 6.8 to 1 on the win right now. I would much rather have Rock of Cashel or Loggerhead at that price. However, he's a little bit underbet in the place in the show pool if you want to check those out. I also have Zach and Perlino in that tier. I've got some bets on them in the place in the show. Again, I also think that they're pretty overbet on the win side of things. I do like Zach at 13 to 1 right now, but I'd rather have Painkiller at 11 to 1. The third tier of horses is the S- on preference horses. That is number 13, Scuba Ringer, and number 1, Nevada Smith. They are both getting about 25 or 30 to 1 on a win right now. I threw $1 at each of those. I think that's a fair price for the on preference S- horses. Then you have the off preference S- horses, the 12 and the 6. If you notice, the 12 horse only has $1 in the place pool, as does the 6 horse. Those are my dollars. Come join me if you'd like. But if that horse places, I'm getting half of that place pool, which is sitting at 15.1 thousand right now, which means that I'm getting 90 to 1 on those $1 place bets. I love that action right there. And I'm pretty much just ignoring the green horses here. I think 100 to 1 might not even be that good of a bet. If you want to throw $1 on one of them to place, well, you're getting a really good payback, 100 to 1. I'd rather have that place at 100 to 1 than a win bet at 100 to 1. But I think there's too much competition from the purple horses in this race. I'm focusing mostly on that top tier of Elvis, Loggerhead, Rock of Cashel, and Painkiller. And just give me the one with the best odds at the end of the day. I think Elvis is fair at 3 to 1. I think the rest of them should be somewhere around 6 to 1. Just 2 minutes left to lock in those bets into the pool. So get on over there and get at it. Back to you, boys.
I am pretty thrilled to see this action going down. Alex, I don't know if you're having heavy leanings towards Elvis. I believe that's your favorite. You have a soft spot in your heart for Senior Elvis, this longtime champion. What do you think? You think he's taking it 2.86 to 1?
I honestly think I think Devo's appraisal was spot on. I think when you're considering these horses, you have to take into account basically a combination of how much of the time you think they're going to win and the odds on them, because that's how the parimutuel pool plays out. That's how you play the game. My personal hunch, I could see Elvis winning. I think if I was personally betting, I would actually kind of go against my instinct to take on some of the contenders to Elvis and bet the chalk on this one, because I think that Elvis has a little bit of special sauce. We've seen him win 2 VKDs, even though the surface type isn't necessarily to his preference. I mean, he's given some dominant performances. I think he could make up the difference in that preference, and I think he could take it home. That's my personal call. but that would be the third time. That would be completely unprecedented and wild. And I'm kind of
Is it
rooting
his
for that
third?
as well.
I didn't even remember. I thought the other. I didn't know he won two.
He
But
won
anyway,
2
I
VKDs.
thought
Yeah.
somebody else. I'm very curious and I'm hopeful on it. If I'm being honest, for Loggerhead, the crew out of YSM, the bad news bears of Photo Finish Live, so to speak. These guys, I'm hopeful they can finally nab a win out of Generation Zero. They had great luck in betas. They've had a great stable so far, but this championship has evaded them. I think they're going to be a powerhouse for many years to come. But Loggerhead, a great big hope here out of Generation Zero to steal one. I'm not even looking at the odds. I'm just thinking that horse has got to have, at this moment in time, a chip on its shoulder. 91 starts, 28 wins. This horse has pulled in 730,000 Derby. I think he wants it. He's got to be out there. The YSM stable back in the barn is doing everything in their power to get this horse jazzed up for the final victory here. Everything possible. Talking to him, I think they're playing classical music at this point, massages, who knows what's going on. But this is definitely the point. But I love the fact that they're all kind of older. I mean, these are 6-year-old horses. Kind of anything could happen. Perlino, if everyone remembers, Perlino was an absolute beast for many races. I mean, 112 runs. That's a fellow stablemate to Elvis. So Perlino surely has learned some things from Elvis. 680K in earnings over their lifetime. I wouldn't put it past Perlino either. So, it's going to be a great race. I'm really excited to hear, Mo and crew call this. But before we do that, let's take a look at all of the horses in today's race, all 14, get an idea of who is going to be down at the virtual Churchill Downs track. The last time we were out, it's been 28 days. I barely even remember what happened in the last 28 days. I do know that our game and token have shot through the moon. It's been an absolutely electric season 6. I can't keep up anymore. It's all a blur. I don't sleep. I don't eat. Well, actually, I do eat. I eat more than I sleep, I think, at this point. But at this point, Fib, where are we going? The last race, do we have even a highlight clip of the last one if we could watch it? If we do, I would love to see that and just remind us what happened the last time out. Here we go. Let's take a look. August 26th. Is that really a month ago? Jeez. Well, look at this field. 20 horse field, fog ridden evening. This was electric. Fib, you were there with me, right? Do you remember this?
Yes. I do remember, and I remember this performance out of Elvis. This is part of my bias watching this. You're seeing not an entirely different field here from what's going on today, and you can see Elvis pulling away, and I just remember this dominant win.
Mm-hmm. Loggerhead sniffing, nowhere near. You're
Loggerhead
right.
is sniffing though. Loggerhead's in the realm.
No, 5 lengths at least, right? That's a rough one.
As close to in the realm as any other horse was during that race, at least.
Hit the podium, yeah, that's a good point. That was I had totally forgotten it has been such a wild month. But Elvis again hoisting that beautiful gold trophy. You can see it there in the background.
Unlike any other horse in history. A true exception.
That's true. It is true. The real Kentucky Derby does not allow a horse to run again. And so just because this is the beginning of the generation, Elvis somehow has broken the entire mold of history. They might have a statue of this horse in Churchill Downs before we know it. I was just there yesterday. They had Barbaro. They had I already forgot the horse's name, but the very first horse that won the very first one 149 years ago.
Wow. I'd love to
Do you think that they've got a statue of Elvis at any point here soon?
Absolutely. This is a legendary, groundbreaking, history-making horse. Of course, Elvis won the very first Kentucky Derby as well. There was I believe there was an in-betweener there in the Pelennor Fields.
Mm-hmm.
That was out of Balthazar, if everybody recalls, but it was Elvis, Pelennor, and then Elvis again. So Elvis has already solidified an incredible legacy in our game. I'm really excited to see what happens when Elvis hits the stud barn. I have a feeling that he's going to be busy.
I saw today a tweet from the owner, Soulmate Stables, which I saw him say that he turned down a $15,000 offer for a womb spot. So I'm not even sure which. It was $15K stud fee for Elvis, I wonder? I mean, my goodness, is he already turning that down? Or was he turning down the Philly side? Did he have another Philly that I don't know? I'm not sure. Or a mare.
Our community is making intricate deals.
They sure are.
Yes.
They sure are. I wonder, as I walked through Churchill yesterday, which was so fun, super cool. If anybody saw on Twitter, it was just such an exciting and interesting moment to be able to kind of have free reign of the place with the guided tour of all the folks that work there. The history, it is like a museum. I mean, there are signs on the wall that are 100 years old. There's art, there's all kinds of things as you walk through that is just, it is fully like walking through a museum. And all I could think of was like, well, if they had Elvis in here, maybe it'd be a hologram. Maybe there's going to be some new technology blended with old, because it's 150 years. I mean, now we're starting anew. We're right here with them. With 150 years of history, all of a sudden, here comes a virtual version of this game that could actually not take over, but really just a new, whole different vision and interesting
1,000
angle.
more years. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. So I don't know. It's really, I said in the beginning, such a fun partnership to be with Churchill, who is so open and interested in experimenting and coming up with new things. Now, folks that don't know me, I worked at EA Sports for 10 years. I worked on the Madden NFL franchise, and the NFL has got a product they're pretty solid with. If you come with too much different, they don't really need your advice. Churchill Downs, on the other hand, has been very, very open and interested in every single type of new technology. They are such big fans of our community and our players. They love what is going on within the ecosystem. And so really the sky's the limit. I mean, you're seeing at this point a team that we just signed that partnership right at the Derby, and our hair has been on fire since launch. But this is a multi-year partnership, and I can't wait to start building more and more cool stuff. I mean, these streams are literally just the very first thing that we started. I can't wait to see what we can do leading into 150. Alex, have you bought your tickets for Churchill Downs 150? I guess not the tickets; they're not on sale. Have you gotten your travel arrangements yet?
Absolutely. That's a certain book. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be back on the infield. I'm sure it's gonna be wild. I think that this year, I'm hoping that this year it's just an absolute blowout. I'm hoping that I see 1,000 people from our community show up. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to shake your hand. We do have an excellent community. I think Churchill Downs is their appraisal of our community is correct. We have the best community in sports and crypto everywhere. I think it's super tight knit. We've been through a lot. I can't wait. I can't wait for the 150th. I mean, that's such a massive occasion to have a 150th anniversary of this
anything.
event.
Yeah.
And to be part of it is incredible. Just incredible.
Yeah. One of the tour locations they showed us was kind of the speakeasy, and it's super secret, and it's where the celebrities watch the Derby and stuff. So, no one normal is ever let in there. And even with us, they were really like, we don't know if we want to let these partners in here. Yeah. Don't take any pictures, but I did. I snuck one out. But one of the coolest things is in that room, they have all of the windows are actually filled with kind of light boxes of what it looks like to look out that window in 1800 or 1900, whatever. And so you were looking out at the parking lot. It felt like you were looking out at all these Model Ts in the parking lot and stuff. And so it was just like, wow, what an absolutely historic moment to think that this old traditional historic sport is now kind of jumping into this new era. We've got 1 minute to post. I'm gushing over the interesting excitement of how digital and virtual can really take the sport to the new level, especially when it's so ingrained with the traditions and with the brands. It's really exciting, and I can't wait to keep working with Kentucky Derby. So I think it's getting close to time to head down to Churchill Downs. As far as I know, Mo Nose is in the press box. He is 2 or 3 whiskeys deep, bourbons deep. I'm sorry, I pronounced that wrong. The Kentucky folks are going to kill me. 2 or 3 bourbons deep. Mo Nose, are you there? Are you there at the track? Are you ready for this big virtual Kentucky Derby?
We are
Cheers,
here.
man.
What is going on, boss man Ian? What is going on, Fid? Alex, good to see you guys. Great
What's going
show.
on, Mo?
We are here. The action is jam-packed down on trackside. But I'm going to run back up into the booth here because I got 3 seconds. We got to call a race.
Let's get in there.
All right. It was so nice. You won it twice. Elvis is back to do it again. And they're rolling here in the virtual Kentucky Derby. Loggerhead breaks out the lead. Then comes Rocco Cashel. Elvis trots along here in third, followed by Painkiller. Perlito out in fourth, and Zach up for fifth. Now tracking it back here, down the back of the field. Looks like Perlito now drops back just a little bit more. Then comes Scuba Runner and Nightcrawler back of the pack, which is weird for them. But Painkiller's loving it so far, opening quarter in 24 change as they pass the wire for the first time. Everybody wave to your current leader. Another break of 2. There comes Elvis tucked in down the rail, just buying his time. Elvis, 2-time virtual derby winner. Can he make it 3? Stick around, find out. Things are starting to heat up already as he comes up for awkward eye contact, takes over the lead. Now it's Painkiller, drops back for second. Zach there for third. Rocco Cashel in between horses. Not looking to jostle any creases yet, but he is there in front of Jeff DBJ. Perlito now back up in the 6th, trying to round out the leaderboard. And looks like Loggerhead in between traffic, might have clipped heels. Who is that? That is Cookerfat. Cookerfat might have created some traffic there down the back stretch. But Zach now, Zach is loving it with everything going behind him. He's just trying to win this race. He's got a message to send to the competition before they all go bye-bye. Zach now opens turn. Round the far turn we go here, 3/4 and 114. You know what I mean? It's almost time for the post shot. It's Elvis. Elvis is charging back up front. Elvis, post time favorite, morning line favorite, everybody's favorite. Now leads the charge. Off the turn and heading for home. It's Elvis up top. Can he do it? The people are starting to believe. Painkiller's there, off the rail, looking for tail. But Elvis digs in deep. Painkiller, Rocco Cashel, down the center of the track. Insert coin. Here comes new challenger for Nightcrawler. But hold up. Call it once. Call it twice. 3 times the champion. It's going to be Elvis. It'll be rocking Graceland once again. It's going to be Elvis bringing home the Derby over Painkiller and Nightcrawler.
Wow.
Insane.
Unbelievable. Not a triple crown. It's a triple derby. I mean,
Triple
this is
derby.
unreal. Unreal.
We do need
Never
we
a
need
doubt.
we
Did he
need
wire
this
that?
horse. Yes, that's amazing. He
Wow.
didn't wire it, but he
Oh,
was
pretty
contending
close.
the whole time, looking strong the whole time.
Wow. Congratulations again. Unbelievable mark in history. The stud fees on this horse had to just moon on this. Soulmate at this point is he cannot be sober at this junction of the evening.
The king.
The
It is
king.
the king. The king
I
is
wish he
back.
was on. I wish he was online for the winner's circle interview as he's dousing himself in Dom Perignon after that giant victory. Oh man, what a win! What a horse! The stable that forged in fire. Soulmate has grinded countless 5 a.m. sessions with spreadsheets and writing every single thing down, every single formula, every single match, every single PFP coat color. Look what happens when you study. No
Yeah.
one outstudied him. No one
Oh,
outstudied him.
Imagine out studying Soulmate. Imagine.
Imagine it.
And
Imagine
yet
the smells.
there's some
You can't.
imagine the smells. There's just something so special about this horse, man. There's some secret sauce on this horse. I don't know what it is, but it loves
Right.
to perform on the big day. I'll put it that way.
Right. I mean, we all saw it. It's a prefers sloppier tracks. Does not
Didn't
care.
matter.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter. I mean, I think all that did is it just it made the wire a little messy in the beginning, but when it came down to that 10 furlong breakaway, it really didn't stop. What was inevitable in Elvis's heart, in the King's heart.
In
He
the
knew that he
King's
was on the
heart.
top.
Yeah, unlike real Elvis, a much stronger heart, I believe.
A much stronger heart than Elvis, yes. A heart that Elvis
Sorry,
wishes
too
he had.
soon.
Too soon.
I mean, that's got to be it, right? The temper and the heart of Elvis must be in some sort of secret cut above. I otherwise, how else could you explain
Batting
a
above
horse
his weight.
born? Yeah, a horse born to run in the slop. Mother was a mutter, father was a mutter, and he's still winning out here on these nice firm tracks like
Found his
nothing.
footing. Yeah.
As an odds-on favorite, just literally, yeah, looks like the last mile led the whole way. Wow, 203, 315, pretty strong finish. I wonder how that'll stand over time as well.
I'm interested.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the next phase. How fast will these offspring be compared to their parents? There's a lot to learn coming up in these coming months and years of this game.
I mean, just to reiterate, this is the last time that you're going to see any of these horses run the Derby. So you can say goodnight to all these horses on the Churchill Downs track for now, but their progeny, what comes next? The Generation 1 after the Generation 0, and they're going to be the ones hitting the track next season, and forevermore it'll be a new generation hitting the track. It's the end of a little chapter here.
The end of an era. I mean, I wish our producer had some slow piano music to play us out, because I'm a little sad. I'm a little choked up.
Really?
To see
we've
these
only just begun,
beautiful
maybe.
steeds. Maybe like a good Forerunner track. I bet Mo has that on cue, but we don't want to get copyright strikes. But tonight, yet again, thanks everyone for tuning in. A big moment in history. Congrats again to Elvis, to Soulmate, to all of you in the community. I'm kind of shocked to see Loggerhead could not pull out one. YSM has got to be over there asking Soulmate some of the secrets. What to do next? What should we do? Because clearly someone has found Derby success effortlessly, it seems, at this point, to put it mildly. So congrats to all that are here, and we cannot wait to see you on the track. The next season begins on Monday morning, 10 a.m., bright and early. Tomorrow, racing is off. There has been, the grounds are being maintained with the new track surface. So there's no racing on Sunday. And this is our final moment in time to take a breather, get prepared, figure out what we're going to do as a team, as owners, as we move into season 7. As Fib mentioned, a breathtaking season for all of our new 3-year-olds to hit the track. Very, very exciting. So thanks again for joining us. Signing off for tonight. Thanks from Third Time, and we hope to see you on the track.
Have a nice evening.